Hello YouTube. Today's project, I have this 2016 Ranger that has no options on it. It's just a plain Jane Polaris Ranger 2016 that came with this small wimpy battery. I have a winch on here, and at times it just seems like it is very hard for the battery to turn the starter over, so I decided to replace it with something bigger. I got this from the Polaris dealer, and so substantially bigger. I'll bring them out after a bit here and show you the difference in size. Okay, I'm about ready to take this battery out. I just have to loosen up these, take these bolts out, and then pay attention to yellow is positive on here, and red and black and blue are negative. The blue and yellow are from they go up to feed my winch. So let me get those off and take this battery out. I see that the battery that I'm getting is a little bit turned around, but anyway, I will figure it out. The positive and negative are turned around, and I do have a different strap for this, so that's something I'll have to, when I set the battery in, I'll have to figure out where everything goes there. So there we go. So anyway, I got this out of the way here, and I have the new bracket that I got from the Polaris dealer. It's a metal bracket, and it just fits into this slot down here, and then there's a bolt that is right there on that side. You can see the hole right there, and that just fits there, and I'll have to figure out which way this battery goes. I'll have to clean out the bottom of that battery tray too, because it's kind of messed up. But give you an idea the size difference between the two batteries. So about height is maybe a 1/4 inch higher, but width is much bigger. Much larger battery. I would say that this one is just as, yes, the width of this is as long as the length of the battery, of the old battery, and it's another inch longer. So much bigger battery. So looking forward to getting that put in. Now I got to figure out which way this goes in here, and I think I have an idea, but I'll lay it in here and I'll show you in a bit. Okay, I got the battery in here where I think it's supposed to go, and it looks like either way, if I have the lugs to that way or the lugs inside, that it's going to cover up the access to the acid caps, battery covers or caps. So it looks like either way, I would rather have the voltage or the terminals to the outside where they're easier to get at. I'm pretty sure there's enough wire here to make it fit back and forth. It's opposite of what the other battery was, but as you can see, it's a much more substantial battery. But underneath here, if you can see it, there is a piece of felt, I guess. Yeah, you can kind of see that. I just kind of had to get that put underneath there, and it's supposed to kind of protect the battery from getting rubbed on. So anyway, next shot will be here is I should have it pretty much all hooked up. I have I'm going to hook up the drop tube here. They did send a clamp and a hose, and I'll put that through the floor of the Ranger here so it can drain. But anyway, I'll shoot that next. Well, it wasn't as easy as it turned out to be. It turns out that you should have the battery with the terminals in the way it looks, and this strap is not going to be coming close to it. It looked like it was getting awfully close when I would put the terminals on, and of course they don't send you long enough bolts, and then even the longer one that has the little spacer on it is not long enough when you put the spacer on it. So word of advice, gets a bolt that's just a little bit, especially when you have to put two lugs on, get a bolt that's just a little bit longer than the short one, or a little bit longer than the long one. So anyway, I did get it hooked up, but for some odd reason that minus one kept on loosening up on me, but I finally got it tight. But thanks for watching. Let's see what happens here, how well it starts. Let's see what the temperature of the engine is. We did not start it when it was outside. Temperature engine is 41 degrees, so it should be warm enough for it to start. So give it a whirl. This thing is really cold-blooded. But it has been approximately 2 below zero out this morning. It probably was down to maybe 10 below it overnight. So we dragged this thing in from an outside building into my heated garage, which is at 65. So yeah, it's cold. It doesn't like to start when it's cold. My other Polaris start up just great, but this one is cold-blooded, and I am not really happy about that. I have the extended warranty on it, so hopefully they can figure out what happened. I don't know for sure, but I think it probably started doing it once they had the engine and transmission out of the thing. Actually had the transmission out to replace the front output shaft of the transmission. But anyway, ever since then, it's just been a real bugger to start. Now, somebody else has had problems with starting, but definitely a lot more difficult to keep running than my other two Polaris's ETX, my other 570. And then this is a 570 Ranger 2016. My other one's a 2015 570 Sportsman, and that one has a battery problem also, but you can't put that size of a battery in here. So but they say there's a better battery to go in those that will actually fit, so I'll have to see. I thought I had a better battery in there. I do have a video on that if you want to check that out, but anyway, like I said, this thing is a hard starter. But it seems like the starter turns over better now. Now I gotta set the clock. Well, hey, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.